For people who are looking for love or something more on Craigslist, they'll now be out of luck. The popular classifieds website has now removed its personals section. And new at 7, 24-Hour News 8's Evan Dean is in the newsroom with why the move means local law enforcement will have to change how it investigates.
Marley, the personal section of Craigslist has become a common place for people to look for romance or sex online. But to law enforcement, it's also become a front for prostitution and sex trafficking. And after Congress passed legislation that would start holding websites accountable for illegal activity, you can see that Craigslist has now taken the personal sections down. The days of this, sex workers strolling open streets, have now, for the most part, become a thing of the past.
The internet has completely changed the face of these investigations.
Kent County Sheriff Sergeant Joel Roon has worked on a federal task force aimed at protecting kids. He says those trying to facilitate prostitution and sex trafficking have in recent years turned their focus to the internet. And West Michigan has seen the worst of what can happen. In 2014, Brady Ostrike murdered Charles Oppenir, Brooke Slocum, and her unborn child after exchanging messages on Craigslist and agreeing to meet up at a park in Wyoming and pay Slocum for sex. Slocum's family says she was sex trafficked. Now, Congress has passed legislation that would hold websites responsible for allowing ads that lead to certain types of criminal activity.
That area specifically has needed legislative action for a long time. And that's why we're happy to see this, because now it gives law enforcement some teeth.
But Roon acknowledges that the problem won't simply go away, but instead go elsewhere. The easy-to-access ads on popular sites like Craigslist and Backpage have helped law enforcement jumpstart their investigations. Without those ads, tracking those responsible could become more difficult.
For a period of time, that's possible. Yep.
But you adapt quickly.
We try. We try to adapt. Investigators are just going to have to change up their game a little bit.
Now, on the website, Craigslist says they just simply can't risk to keep the personals page open in light of this legislation, but they do say that they plan to and hope to have it back open sometime in the future. The legislation that was passed by Congress now heads to the president's desk for a signature before it can become law. In the newsroom, Evan Dean, 24-Hour News 8.